hapo. Tuangalie tu hapo. Tunachapa gumzo. Inaitwa gumzo ya siku. Gumzo la siku, si ndio? Sasa hapo umejua vile iko ama bado hujajua?
Nimeona iko sawa.
Umeona iko sawa. So iko na sitting room, iko na bedroom mbili. Kubwa yako huku iko na choo, alafu iko na jikoni na iko na bedroom nyingine ya pili hapa. So hivyo ndio itakuwa. Hiyo siko sawa. Exactly. So guys, that's what we are just talking about this kind of the time, and we are just appreciating much of the people supporting them to make sure they're going to be getting out with this kind of the way. So sasa unarudi hospitali ama nyumbani? Hosi. Thank you. She's going to be getting back to the hospital there, and we will just meet with her a bit time coming, and I understand because it's something that we can just do very effectively here. And I think after like 2 days we shall have completed this kind of the foundation, which is tomorrow, and after finishing it we're going to be starting the screeding and starting the brick laying with an immediate effect to make sure that everything is moving cardiologically very nice. And it's a way of movement. We don't have that kind of an urge of talking about how it's going to be coming. I know this kind of the 2 days we have just stepped a bit. Much of the people are going to be talking about Gintu, has it stopped, has it done whatever. There's nothing going to be stopping here, and we have just decided that everything going to be getting forward with an immediate effect here. So appreciate much of the people supporting, keep on supporting to make sure this kind of the family are going to be getting a permanent solution, as it's going to be so fantastic whenever it comes to the clarity of the living standards are going to be improved a bit, not like the rest how the life it was. Even right now I think she's going to be feeling so good here, as she has just come to the site to check what's really popping out and how the things are just running at this kind of the moment here. So the work continues as normal, and there's nothing going to be stopping here as far as we are in concern. As we're going to be triggered and be urged, talk about even she has come with the daughter who is the big, talk about the second born daughter. Ando tumambia kuja. Yeah, she's talking about she has to go and exchange now the husband to come to the site and check how the things are just happening here. So a bit the work is progressing, and I like about the hospitality we are rendering here, and the services is so punctual. So two of them, they're going to be dealing with it perpendicularly from this side here. As people are going to be talking about how is the mud here, you can now see arrangement of the hardcore, very compacted, very heavily to make sure that there's no spaces or leakages that are going to be coming out. And now that's what we talk about the whenever it comes to the foundation, the top masons have the bigger work to make sure that they're going to be carrying all the bigger stones here, they're going to be getting them and arranging them more effective to make sure that everything will be so fantastic here. And they go with this kind of talk about you can now see is a bit of a rope here that is just guiding them to make sure they're going to be getting to the straight panel or a straight line, as they're going to not miss this kind of the channel back. So I'm waiting for Magabo to come, who is the husband, talk about this kind of the Jiggers family, and we're going to be there to support them and make sure that we're going to be getting forward as part of the team. So as far as everything is in concern, if I don't know if this kind of the hardcore will be enough or not, but I think it will be enough at this kind of the time, and everything will just go smoothly as we have been arranging ourselves to get it in the forward march. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be updating you what comes at this kind of the time, much more. But still water we have, and I said that water we have already brought this kind of the tuk-tuk, which will be the one that we're going to be delivering us with water, and we have added much of the jerry cans here, and also super drums to make sure we're going to be getting more water in terms of this kind of the work. So it's going to be a bit harder by today, but I know tomorrow it will be so effective coming out from this kind of the position. Keep tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while. Guys, back to the hospital here, and I'm going to be checking on my patients as normal, and I have some milk and bread. They like milk and bread, they like them very much, and I'm going to be sorting out this kind of the 2-3 things here to understand how everything is just moving early in the morning. I know the husband has just already gone down there, is to the mail, and I know the husband has gone to the site. A bit are going to be rushing there to check on what's going to be coming out more effective, as I'm going to be sorting out to this kind of the people are just remaining, because the last time I told you that the husband was left here as the mother came to check on how this kind of the foundation is being built at their own house, and she could just be feeling so fantastic, because whenever she's just sitting here every time, she could not have that kind of an urge to talk about I want to see how big it is. And eventually she ever arrived there, and what I can just say is hey mambo Uko fiti? Haya, nimewaletea chakula yenu, si ndio? Kuna mikate iko hapo na maziwa. Hii ni ya nani? Sasa. Bas. So you understand children like mostly this kind of the small stuffs here. So there's some of the milk here. Kila mtu atachukua moja, si ndio? Na mikate. So hali inakupelekaje? Umerudi? Nani ameenda huko chini?
Mama.
Magapo.
Kwa nyumba.
Ameenda kwa nyumba?
Kule kwa mnajenga.
Huko chini? Yeah, so the husband has just already gone there to check on what's really popping out there. I like right now they are so responsible. So he has to make sure they're going to be eating the bread. Toa hapa. Shikilia mkate. Achilia nikuonyeshe. Yeah. Hai. Nataka ukule. Unakula sahi. Okay. Hai. Take the bread. So they are now responsible. Exactly. Oh, milk. Maziwa. Unawekewa kwa kikombe?
Mpaka tulete jikoni huko.
Ni walete vikombe. So I have to bring some of the cups because using those kind of the package, it will just have a little bit of the shenanigans. Mura vipi? There are no rare so acha nikuje, si ndio? Exactly. So they are the chief chefs here who are making it happen. So let's serve them a bit and make it happen. Shikilia kikombe. Hata huyu anachukua kikombe. Haya. Acha basi tu. Exactly. Yuko sawa. Na huyu. Yuko sawa?
Okay.
So they have to take some dishes here and I like about it.
Mpunguze kidogo hata maliza.
Hata mali. Hii ni mingi?
Weka nyingi sana.
Haya kunywa sasa.
Yeah.
Kunywa. Mkate. We need bread here. The young lady need the bread. Kamoja ama viwili?
Kamoja kwanza.
Kamoja. Safi mra mambo? Haya. Yeah. So they're now understanding and they're now improving, and I will just say that we have to support them the way it comes, and we have to make sure that everything is so fantastic. So I'm gonna be appreciating also. We understand appreciation is the better whenever it comes to even the people who are cooking a bit, so they will have that kind of an urge of helping them to make sure that everything is coming out more effective. So I'm gonna be getting this small one here to hello. Asante bana. Wacha watu wakule, si ndio? Guys, I always appreciate whoever is just making it happen. You know, you might see it's gonna be a small stuff, but to the impact what it will add, they will stay here and nobody will ever hate them because they know that everything will be coming so fantastic. So I have to make sure that we are also promoting whoever they are just taking care of them. It's not easy for such kind of a condition, somebody to stay with you, be with you, and help you whatever you need. Sometimes they have to boil much of the water to those kind of the people. So it's something which is you have to get a good momentum so you can just make it happen. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while as I'm getting to the site to check what's popping out there. Hello beautiful people, welcome back, and we are back to the site and we are back to make sure that everything is coming out more fantastic here as the work continues as normal, and we are back to the Jiggers family to make sure that we're going to be supporting them where relevantly, and you can now see the foundation going to be making sure that everything's so fantastic as the gentlemen here, they are trying their best, and also have our lady, she's here to make sure that she's going to be bringing this kind of the small stones because of the condition of you understand understand what I'm talking about here. And I always consider it's like she has to get a small living, because I know whenever you are just a bit pregnant, you have to do this kind of the tough east, west and south here, so they can just be so fantastic for you. So this is a part of the program to make it happen, and also run this kind of the project here. So the boys, they are here democratizing more fantastic to make sure that everything is getting good. So I got a little support to talk about Ogitu. Can you just continue with the Jiggers family construction, as it's going to be getting forward, as the stones they are here are still bit, to make sure they're going to be continuing with it more effective. So today we're going to be getting to a different stage, talking about we're going to be leveling it up, as far as we have 2 top masons and also 4 handmen, to make sure that this kind of the work of the stones gets or needs much of the people to be so tensionous at it, to make sure that everything will be so fantastic here. So when we get back to this kind of the position here, it's a bit of the outer wall. Talk about the outer foundation will be a bit getting us to be struggling, and I know everything will be so fantastic whenever it comes to the evening. We will have reached at a point where everything will be moving so califragistically very nice. Today we have much of the young children here, and you're gonna be knowing what really gonna be meant at this kind of the point, at this kind of the space here, because today we're gonna be having much of the breaking news, a bit different from whatever we have ever been looking forward to and making it happen. So today we don't have the father here. Talk about Baba Ayub is not available today here. He's now taking care of the children at the hospital a bit, and you understand those kind of the children, they don't want any kind of the other parentalhood to talk about. They're going to be subjecting themselves onto their life, so they know their parents, and that's why you see today we have the mother. She's here to make sure that everything will be so fantastic. So she's here to make sure that she's taking how things are just running to the site here. And we have the mother. She's here, the mother to her. And everything is just getting so fantastic here. So I think she's just checking about how the land is just occupying here. We have one of the ladies. Hi, Mambo. Uko fiti? How are you? You are fine. What's your name?
My name is Thomas.
Ka?
Thomas.
Thomas. Akia Mungu. She is one of talk about Ayub's siblings, and when ni wangapi? When wapili? O wende wapili? Mkubwa alianda? O akoda. So guys, she is the second daughter. As you can see, she is she's big, the way you can just see her here. And this kind of the house gonna be theirs, so everything will be so fantastic at this kind of the point. And I appreciate much of the moment that is coming out from this kind of the space here. So everything is just running good, and I understand everything will be so fantastic. I told you that they have 5 children, and one of the ladies, she's there, and the bigger boy who is in Tanzania, and also she's number 2, number 3 she's there, he is there, number 4 Ayub, number 5 the younger daughter who is in the hospital there. So about everything here, talk about the toilet, it's already finished there. We're gonna be starting out the borehole there, and also other things to get onto this kind of the site here. So the work continue. I know much of the people are going to be talking about, oh, again too, has it stopped? There's nothing that has stopped at this kind of the moment here. We're still on it to make sure that we're going to be supporting this kind of the family with permanent solution, which is here to make sure that everything is so fantastic. So you can now see they are on it, and this is how we do it, guys. Much of the people are going to be asking about why are we using this kind of the mud. When it comes to the construction and the architectural way, for the people who did the architectural science, they understand this kind of the mud. Don't think about it's just a mud, but when it comes to a bonding with the stone, it bonds it very fantastic. Talk about when you see a hill is bonded with soil, and the hardcore they are just in terms of where the soil is, so it's bounded very strong. So when it comes to this kind of the way you just making some of the soil here to be a bit kneading them here, it will be so califragistic, very nice whenever it comes to this kind of the step of making it very hard and compacted very comfortably. Hi. Mambo vipi? Uko chonjo? Unaonaje, iko sawa?
Kuja kuangalia.
Oh, iko sawa.
Alafu ni kubwa.
Oh, ni kubwa. Safi.
Nimependa pia choo.
Oh, choo iko sawa?
Ndefu sana.
Oh, ni ndefu sana. Yeah, iko futi 15. Exactly. Kisima ndio tulikuwa tunasema tunachimba huko. Kisima unaweza anza hata leo tu kisima. Yeah, I'm telling her about the toilet here. The toilet is good, and also we're going to be having the forward there. We're going to be having a well that we're going to be coming at that kind of the range and everything. So today she's the one who is now outside here. This is the mother. Mama Mbuyore. Mambo iko chonjo eh? Safi, safi. She's the mother and she's the one making sure that everything is so fantastic here. And unaonaje kazi iko sawa? Tuendelee nayo, si ndio? Asante sana. So she's the mother to our mom here. Sasa hali iko namna gani? Unajisikiaje leo? Hata unaweza tembea vizuri?
Hata nimekuja mpaka huku waona.
Oh yeah, she's now even I think about we are now healing, and you can now see a bit now even the legs gonna be, it's not like the way they were, and I appreciate because the best we did, the best we are doing, people supporting us, people talking about again to let's make it happen. This is how we're gonna be making it happen, and we appreciate each and every kind of the person who is supporting us to make it happen. Hai, kuja pande hii kidogo. Guys, this is the best way for us to go and also make it happen. Ay, simamia tu hapa kidogo tu. Guys, we are back to the site, and I've got Mr. Magebo is here. Hi man.
Hi man.
How are you?
I am very fine.
Everything is fantastic.
Yeah.
Back to the site.
Yeah.
Kazi inasonga mbele, si ndio? Yeah, so guys, the work continues. Today we have a bit of the silent people here a bit, and not a huge crowd as normal. Because we need it to go very stable, and also it's how we have arranged the work. You understand that the engineer who is behind the construction has many of other, you can just call them more of other things like construction. So sometimes he might be having other constructions to make sure they're going to be disbursing this kind of the top masons, each and every kind of the person in different positions. That's why you can now see we have some of them here, and now we are just leveling it up. As you can now see what we are talking about, it's so brought up in a way that it's so big enough, and as you can now see from this kind of the position, so it's going to be coming up to this kind of the point here, so it will be a bit longer, and it will be so decent at this kind of the time, and it's something which is a bit good. And now you can see Magabo there is a bit shining right now, and is now making sure that he's coming to check on how the site is moving and how everything is just rhyming here at this kind of the point here. So this is the work, and now we are at the top. So guys, after this kind of the position here, we're going to be putting something called the screeding on top here. The screeding, it might have the concrete, and also, or we can just use pure sand, and at the sides here it will be plastered in a way that it will be plastered so as you cannot have much of the leakages of water penetrating inside this kind of the wallings here, which will prevent it from much of the corrosion from, or talk about the soil erosion, maybe in case of the rain gonna be raining and such kind of more. So I think whenever we're gonna be getting to this kind of the rate, and we are just running very quickly, if today you can just finish the up, talk about the downer lower up to the further end, I think we should be in a very better position to make sure that tomorrow we will be in a position to finish it all and start the screeding and start the foundation of I'll talk about, we start the bricklaying, which will give us more of the time to talk about the house gonna be now running. You understand, much of the people thought about maybe we have stopped, maybe whatever. As you're gonna be supporting, we have talk about some of different sites that we have to monitor also to make sure that everything is coming out more effective at this kind of the panel, and understand everything gonna be coming out more effective at this kind of the way we get it forward here. So everything is so getting good as we just understand how the things are just moving from each and every kind of the section that we're gonna be covering at this kind of the point here. So I'll be updating you what's gonna be coming each and every kind of the time to make sure that everything is pinpointed the way it is direct. So let us go with it. And I understand as far as everything is running good, I was talking about the materials that we're going to be having here also. These are the hardcore that are always remaining here still, and the good fact is already we have 20 cements. An update I'm going to be giving out. We have 20 cements that are already onto the store. We don't have much of the people talk about, oh, going to be getting, oh no, we have already the cement at the store, and the person of water is already available, and some hardcore vehicle, they are here to make sure we're going to be getting to the site. They are more fantastic. If they're going to be less, we shall just see what we can just do an alternative from that, because we have bought a lot of hardcore here, because we have also to consider our pockets in terms of that. So we have to make sure that we're going to be running towards the far end. And also the labor was a bit bringing much of the shenanigans. Already somebody has paid for the labor to make sure for 2 days, and I think going to be catering for it to make sure that that's why you see much of the people to the site that are a bit less. But if I could just know that if you're going to be coming, I could have already placed much of an order to this kind of the top mason to make sure we're going to be bringing much of the top masons and handman to the site, so I could have finished it. But slowly we're going to be making a step, because even Rome was built not in a single day but couple of decades, and that's why we can talk about now it's called Rome at this kind of depot at the point. So everything is just running good, as you can now see the site here, and whenever it's active, much of the people now known as into their serious whenever the site is active. But sometimes we have difficulties east, west and south, because we're going to be depending, and we are begging for the people to help us to make it happen, because we're going to be stabilizing each and every kind of the person's life, and also stabilizing people to live in a very good background, as you can see from this kind of the point. You know, much of the people have been eyeing forward, who is the owner of this kind of the land, who is the owner of this kind of the house at this kind of the time. But everything is fantastic, as you can now see. Everybody who's going to be passing it, they're going to be talking about now Magapo has bypassed many who are living maybe below the level, who thought about maybe Magapo had nothing, but right now it's going to be a bit different at this kind of the point. I'm going to talk about respect to each kind of the person who is supporting us to make it happen. So I think by tomorrow we shall have to complete this kind of the foundation and make it happen, as we're going to be making it coming out more effective. Keep tuned. I'm going to be getting back home to check what's roaming out from my background of the G Castle, coming to you in a short while. Hello, beautiful people, back again. Back to the G Castle here. We're going to be sorting it out. Now you cannot even differentiate how this kind of the land is, and already we are backfilling this kind of the spot here to make sure that everything is rhyming out. And you can now see is another construction is going to be coming here. I don't know what is it for, but you're going to be telling us what it is for, to make sure that it's going to be holding a passway getting inside here, because we have a passway here. So you think about hey guys, let me know to get much of the people to understand what we're going to be getting here. Sometimes we can change the thoughts, and without becoming a biogas, it can become something else, and everything will be so fantastic, because we have a chimney from the top here. So it will be a meditation room. There's no problem with that one. And we will see some smoke coming from there. You understand now it's a meditation hours. Whenever it gets to around 3 to 4 p.m. there, we're going to be starting the regular time inside here. No problem. Back to it. So already we are just checking on how the progress is going. And yesterday we left it while it was just talk about screeded, and also it was poured this kind of the cement becoming so good. I think they're talking about ato kipanda hapa hakuna ngori. Are you sure?
Yeah, hakuna ngori.
Hakuna ngori.
Bora kitu yenye ina taproot.
Guys, one on one. Fantastic. I am on the top of the pyramid, and this is the pyramid of Gaza, as we are here to make sure that it's going to be handling much of the matters. But it's so fantastic here, because we are now backfilling it, and nobody will just check it on how it is, and this is how it's going to be coming, to make sure that everything is so fantastic coming out from this kind of the sector here. So it's something which is a bit very understandable, as we're going to be just understanding how this kind of the things are coming out more effective, as we're going to be checking the other side to understand the other boys of the bricks, how are they just making it happen, and what's really roaming. Are they still available, or they have already commenced their own journey back home? So here the machine still, it's on the work to make sure that it's pumping much of the water, and much more things to come out here. So guys, I want to migrate from that top area that I was formulating some bricks. So I'm going to be formulating some bricks from here, and also digging some of the stuffs here to make sure that I'm going to be building, because I've burnt everything here. I'm going to be levelizing this kind of the zone here, and I want to put here a shed. Talk about the brick shed, as we're gonna be handling much of the matters like talk about storage of the bricks here, and that is what we want to do at this kind of the time, because we have burnt everything here to make it a clear zone for much of the bricks to start coming there. Because this upper section here, I don't want to tamper with my father's grave, because if we continue digging, it means that we are exposing this kind of the grave of my father, which is not necessary at this kind of the time. I don't want to have such kind of the emissaries that are going to be arriving at this kind of the sector. So the bricks here, they are, I told you that it's today in the morning, which was around 8 a.m. They had to make sure they're going to be sealing all this kind of the mouths of the bricks here, and already the bricks are ready. And from inside right now, they have just sealed. They have put much of the firewood inside, and they have sealed completely. As you can see, it's very reddish inside there, so it's like a furnace, so you can never joke inside there. So you can now identify to see where this kind of the heat has reached. When you see this whitish stuffs here, this is where the heat is, and that's how you can determine to understand where the heat has reached. As you can see, the whitish, but here it has not yet reached because it has not formulated the whitish stuffs. So you can now see the whitish. That's the smoke which is formulating up to that kind of the rage. And even if you put your talk about the hand there, you can feel that kind of the hotness that is coming from inside. Right now inside there, it is warming. It is warming hotness. So you can never attempt, even to the top there, a bit hotter right now, and you cannot do any kind of the stupid things on top there right now, because it's now getting under fire. So by now, it's still at this kind of the position. As you can see, it's arranging it at the white spots here, as now it's just going to be getting up. So it means that where we put the charcoal husks or the charcoal dust, this is the position we put the charcoal dust here. So it's gonna be, whenever this kind of the heat gonna be reaching there, now it gets to the charcoal dust, then it will burn the complete up to the top. And you can see it's a very big kiln that we have just arranged here, and already they are out of it to make sure that even this position here, now this position, this is where the heat is. So it differs with the variant of how whenever this kind of the fire, how it was fired per each mouth, because different mouths, we have different temperatures in different mouths here. But whenever they reach at a section of the middle stage, this heat transform in a way that it goes to its own radiation form. It can go with a systematic way to the top side to ours, they can just burn. So it's a conductive heat conductors, much more inside there. So we cannot relate much of the burning there, the radiations, convections, conduction. So much of all those kind of the stuffs are just kinetic energy, much more. And you understand much more about the biological things. Everything is just conducted more successful there. So that's how the things are just roaming, and they're just conducted there. As we're going to be getting back to the G Castle to understand what's really roaming out from the G Castle here, we are still having I'm going to be getting back to that. And let me get inside here to understand what's roaming out as they're preparing much of the tea to the other side, because I always get food to both the sides. Food gonna be served here, and also I'm gonna serve the other boys to the other section. So this was the area that was having the screeding, and you can now see how it's now looking so carifragistically very nice, and it's now very well to talk about. You're gonna be needing only the tiles, so you can just make it happen at this kind of the point here. So back to the inside here, as already everything is just getting good, and I think the guy who is skimming is still available. He has, I think he's in this kind of the room. He's skimming this room already, and the whole section is going to be skimmed more meticulous. I think also he's maybe we're going to be coming to this kind of the section here. And what I've decided about is I'm going to be skimming first coat, because this kind of the people, they started having much, I skimmed up to the third coat. Now again they started touching and much more, and I think I'm going to be skimming it talk about first and second court, and now the third court will come at the largest moment, whereby we shall be in a position to talk about we are moving soccer registically very nice. So that's the work that's roaming out at the G Castle right now, and I appreciate much of the moment that everyone is just taking to talk about Gintu. Let's move forward at this kind of the point, and we are moving. We are not at the same level. We are not at the same position as we're going to be talking about here. So already we are stocking here much of the cow dung, and we are just looking for a polythene sheet that we're going to be using here to put on this kind of the hole, which is 4 feet down, to make sure that you're not have some of the leaching. And also what we don't need is leaching, because that kind of the water that is mixed with this kind of the cow dung, and it will just talk about drain inside. So we want those kind of even the leaching to happen at this kind of the section, to make sure that the leaching is what we need. We put water, we mix, and make sure that we're going to be coming to this kind of the tank, as going to be producing much more about the renewable energy that we need from here. So the person who is making this kind of the structures here is a well knowledged, well understanding, and well equipped with the knowledge and also the skills to make sure that everything going to be happening so perpendicular from this kind of the position. As you can now see, much more is happening here. So it has taken much time, it has taken much of the points, and also it has taken much of the resources also to make it happen the way it is right now. And also the people are just making it happen. I think they are learning to come up with the good idea and the best ideas out from here, to make sure they're going to be learning. Next time, whenever another person comes, they will just understand. And I like about the village people also, they get that kind of an advantage, so they can just make it happen, because also the person who is just in charge is not such kind of a person talking about, oh, you cannot learn. You have to learn, and also gives you much about how it's gonna be. So this is what is just conducted here, and everything is just getting good from this kind of the position. So right now it's just placing to the middle stage of the bricks there, to make sure that it's gonna be so effective. And you can now see it's just the work that they are helping themselves, and making sure that the work completes. You understand, guys, whenever it comes to the construction, we have something which is very best, in a way that if you have a handman who knows about what to do, and can help you in some of the jobs, like this one of the job of inserting at the middle stage. So if a person understands this kind of the job, it will be very easy for you to move very quickly, and the work goes very easy at each kind of the time. So that's why you can now see everything is happening here more meticulous. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be updating whatever involves and whatever comes up, to make sure that you're going to be getting each and every kind of the position and making it happen. Keep supporting, subscribe, like, share, comment. Is the real G coming out from this position, coming soon to you. And this is just the way we get it forward. Hello beautiful folks, welcome again, back again, because it's an evening session that we're going to be covering at this kind of the spot. Right now I think the climate is a bit windy and chilly a bit, and I think it's the best way for much of the people to work and also come out from the shamba and much of the works here, the job opportunities. So back to you, as we're going to be excelling and talking about what is really popping out at the Jiggers family site here, to understand what's really popping out at this kind of the time. Mambo! Uko chonjo? Back to the site, guys. I'm gonna be first telling to understand, are we gonna be having enough stones? Because I told you at this kind of the point, we have more of the stones gonna be used here than even the bricks. And to this kind of an artifact today, what the work are gonna be framing back to understand which kind of the work has been done today, as the work is here. And I can just talk about it's now exerting to the far point of this kind of the area here, and I think so strong enough right now, even I can just step on it. There's no much of a problem right now if you can just step on it, because it has been constructed in a way that arrangement of the hardcore has been arranged in a manner that it can just be sustainable, and much of the people can just withstand. It can withstand the weight of each and of any person who is coming here. So this kind of an artifact, I see this kind of the area, it's now being framed here to understand that you're going to be coming to this kind of the level. And when I peep to the top there, I see some hardcore there, and I don't know, it's only God knows now tomorrow. What's going to be coming is what we'll be using at this kind of the moment, because you can now see where we are, and we still have some of the levels from here to catch up with this kind of where this other level is coming from, and which is what is making us to have a very big time and a very big consumption consumption of the materials here like hardcore by today, and I can just say that it's something which is giving us a bit traumatization and talking about, oh my living God, are we going to be finishing this kind of the house very well, because it's eating materials like safari rally, it's consuming materials like something else, and it's not that we are not using it. As you can now see, up to right now, it's now approaching 17 in the evening, and we have still, they are just working here to make sure that everything will be so effective at this kind of the point here, and they are just needing much of the soil here to make it happen. And what is now coming out is something which is a bit getting on, because as we're going to be making it, even if we have to use 20 trucks of hardcore, but what we need is to make sure that everything is coming to an end. We are going to be having a permanent solution at this kind of the area here. So still we are on it. I think the good thing about this kind of the top masons here, they have, I think, like 1 hour to go, and they're going to be finishing up this kind of the zone and preparing it very fantastic. As you can now see, is preparing some of the mud here, so it can just be slurry like. So they're going to be using them here a bit to make sure that everything going to be so conk and highly concentrated here like the way. So this kind of the mud is acting like cement. It's like the way you can just pour here some cement and put on another brick, or you can put on another stone to make sure that everything is going to be attached. So it's like a bond. So this is bonding it to have a same bonding, so it can just be strong and enough here to come out. So I'm going to be recognizing much of the humanity who have just making sure they're going to be coming to cheer with us and also give us much of the hope, because a hope is the best key to make sure that people can just be motivated, and there's no demoralization here. As you're going to be getting some people talking about again to peep on, get it, making it, and we're going to be talking about let's go for it and make it happen, because we are leveling it up and making it happen. Because much of the people maybe at the surrounding, they're going to be talking about, oh, Gintu started the project, has it died? No dead here. We are on it, and everything going to be progressing the way we have strategically analyzed everything to come out so effective. So inside here, you know guys, we have a steel, we have something here, and it has to be increased like the other one. And I think now when I peep at the top there, I see like we have less hardcore steel, and I think about it will not give us much of the temptation that, okay, Gintu should leave it that way, because we have, it's like in Swahili they talk about maji ukiyavulia nguo sharti uyaoge. So we are on it. It means that when you go to your bathroom and you want to shower, and you have removed all, you are remaining with Adam's suit, you have to make sure that you're gonna be doing what is necessary there. Exactly. So also it comes to the people who are just married. Whenever it tinges, act occurs at that kind of the fantastic module. You cannot talk about, oh no, please, I don't know, whatever. It has to go where it's necessary. Can somebody get me? Thank you. I think the learning session is very nice. So back to this kind of the spot here. I'm going to be starting. You are the second one to come here. I saw there's a person who told me that, get on at the site here. Look at the traveler coming to you in a short while. Okay, exactly. No, so back to Rumumba. Hi, man.
Yes, I'm doing well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So precious for you being here.
Yeah, thank
and
you,
now you have visited Jiggers family site.
For the first time.
And you asked me a question that has anybody talked about Gintu? Is that kind of the name sounding a bit, yes, it might be sound a bit crazy,
yes, but
it has an impact.
Yeah, exactly.
For somebody to know which kind of the site.
Yes.
Which site are we talking about here? Yeah. Talk about the Jigger family, or the Jiggers family. Exactly. And that's why somebody can get. And when I talk about, guys, support us to have another track of hardcore tomorrow. Yes. And I talk about at Jiggers family. You understand the scenario, the characteristics they are passing through, the impact they've been imposted with, and the hospital things they're going to be looking ABCD from this kind of the chapter. You can understand what I mean. So at that kind of an artifact, I say, welcome.
Yeah, welcome guys.
Yeah,
so
man.
I have to appreciate you welcoming me to your YouTube channel.
Exactly.
That is, it's _Gintu.
Welcome.
I personally, I go by the name Max the Vet.
Max the Vet.
Yes.
There's somebody who asked me about, is it Max M-A-X?
Yes, M-A-X.
Vet is V?
V-E-T.
Exactly. Max.
Yes, Max the Vet.
The Vet.
And actually I've come here so that I can see how you're progressing with this site.
Pregnanting.
Yeah, progressive. Not pregnating. Yeah, we have to impregnate these places
even we're
with material.
pregnating it.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
it's a good term whenever it comes to which kind of the phrase are going to be using it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, because even I can see some mansion here impregnating some
Stones here,
here.
exactly.
They are fixing everything so
Everything.
that they can be straightened.
Exactly.
That is something good, yeah?
Exactly.
The
I
way-
understand.
Yes, the way I said that I'm called Max the Vet.
Exactly.
And basically in this journey of YouTube, you cannot work alone.
I've seen hey. Sunizimishe hiyo pikipiki kidogo. Yeah, we have some beautiful ladies here. Sometimes we have to peep our eyes. You know, looking is not a problem. And that's why we are constructing alongside the road.
Yes.
I know you are looking down here and you are just wondering how am I seeing it.
How are you
If
seeing
something
that
is
thing?
shining, it's shining from the back. No
Exactly,
problem.
you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yes, you're right. So these things are there because we
Yeah.
have to see them at the end of the day.
So how is
Yes.
everything popping out, bro?
Everything is good.
Yeah, man.
Just soldiering on with life.
Exactly.
The way I was saying that in this YouTube community,
Yeah.
we are not supposed to walk alone. We have to walk like a community,
Liverpool.
like a team.
Like
so
a
that-
Liverpool.
Yeah, like we
You will never
like
walk alone.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
So as to see
Exactly.
everything is being done tremendously well.
Yeah, man.
That is the reason why I'm here.
Exactly.
Yes.
So do you see that we are making a progress or we are joking?
Actually, this is because I never knew that this site is in this side.
Oh yeah, by
I
the way.
passed here yesterday,
Yeah.
just saw some, not the day before yesterday, comparing to the day before yesterday,
Yeah.
I'm just seeing that things are now working well. Everything is-
There's something moving.
Yes,
exactly.
organic.
That's very much better.
Yes.
And we are trying to have something called a permanent solution.
Yes.
In a way that talk about much of the people going to be talking about. Oh, Gintu, you could have rented this kind of the Jiggers family,
No,
and talk about when Gintu will not be available.
Yes.
Who going to be paying for them at that kind of the lintels? And it will be a problem. They will be chased out. And also the good thing is they don't have a home.
Yes.
So better for them, even if they're going to be going helter skelter, Kibabidon, Kihil, wherever they will be, but they will understand that they have a home, which is a standing home, and it will be so fantastic for them to stay and do the reproduction which is necessary. I don't know if they have contraceptized their
Actually,
bodies.
this is a long-term plan you have seen. This is a
Exactly.
long-term plan
Yeah,
because
sure.
if you talk about renting, that is a short-term plan. Today
Exactly.
you are there, tomorrow maybe you have traveled, the next time you are somewhere else
Yeah.
because you won't be helping people daily. At least
Exactly.
you give them somewhere to put their head on. And for that, they will be really appreciating. I know when
Exactly.
they will be here,
Yeah, man.
they will really appreciating, and this is something that is keeping us something like motivational. that we're doing.
So when I ever visit some of the people's sites,
Yes.
I always somebody talks about, oh Gintu, let me give you a small tour.
Yes.
So today we don't have a tour here
Yeah,
because
there is no
because
tour.
everything is open. And
Yeah.
but I can just pinpoint that
Okay.
this one,
Yes.
this is a sitting room.
Oh, this is a
Yeah, but it is just the way it is,
Yes.
But it is a sitting,
A
the
sitting room.
and it has an entrance from that end,
Okay.
not perpendicular with the road, but
Okay.
from that kind of the section. So here we have a door. Here we have a door that's getting to talk about. There's a corridor here.
Yes.
There's a corridor here. This corridor is getting to the kitchen where the man is standing. That's a kitchen.
Oh, that's a kitchen.
Yeah, and here this corridor,
Yes.
we have a door getting to this is a bedroom too.
Okay.
Exactly. Here we have another door at this corridor getting to the bedroom, which is the master bedroom.
Yes.
So at that artifact, we are done with our house. So there is not much talking about, oh, it's gonna be this way. We are done. We want a simple structure,
Yes.
a simple house that will not give us so many consequences of the day.
Yeah.
And talk about Gintu, why couldn't you build it's a bit small. And not compared to the G Castle, and also not compared to much of other YouTubers, how they're gonna be building much of the houses.
exactly
But
correct.
yeah, exactly. So it's one of the houses that gonna be built, even if we're gonna not finish it right now.
Yes.
But we are on the process to make it happen. And the good thing is the hospital has given me much of the time
Yes.
to cater for those kind of the Jiggers family,
Yeah.
and it's appreciation also,
Yes.
man. Because which kind of hospital can just give you a
Oh.
private room
Yes.
and tells you that please, people, whenever you get money, pay.
No hospital.
No
actually.
hospital.
No
You have to cater for it because they tell you. Imagine they are eating.
Yes.
They boil water for them.
Yes.
They are treating them in terms of removing them those jiggers,
Yes.
antibodies,
Yes.
antibiotics,
Yes.
much more things, and they are staying there. And it's something that even they are given time to
Yes.
go outside, maneuver, come back. It's like home. And which is the best way for us to talk about even sometimes some hospitals, they need appreciation, man.
just a question, yeah?
Yeah.
Is the hospital doing that because they give you that respect, or
Exactly.
because they have seen that these people are really suffering? Let us be in Gintu's shoes,
Yeah.
and do what Gintu was supposed to do.
You know one thing?
Yes.
You are a human being.
Yes.
I'm a human being.
Yes.
There's something that even if whom you will be,
Yeah.
you'll come to conclude that, by the way,
Yeah.
I can even me, I have to do something towards it.
Exactly.
Even the way you see this kind of the house is built.
Yes.
There's somebody who is talking about even me. I will not be left behind. Even me, I have to subject my pocket and to
Yeah.
it and talk about I'm going to be supporting this kind of the Jiggers family.
Yes.
It's much of the respect also.
Yeah.
And also I'm one of the procurement people in that kind of the hospital.
Okay.
So when it comes to helping each other,
Yes.
they'll just help. It's in a way that whenever we get somebody going to be talking about get into this for the bills, we're going to be paying for the bills for the hospital, which is going to be costing each and every person like 8 to 10,000
Yes.
whenever they come out of that kind of the hospital. So already we have paid 10 for one, but they still talk about we are giving you time, and we will know that it will reach at a time, we'll have it happening, and it will be a best way for us to move and make it happen at that kind of an artifact. So it's the respect and also the humanity, exactly, from each and every kind of the person. And also, you know, we have a problem a bit. Not every kind of the nurse from that hospital is on the go spot. That okay, this kind of the people. There are people who are checking them, they spit out the saliva.
Yeah.
There are people who check them, they say that, these people, they were not meant to be here. You understand?
Yes.
And we have only 2 nurses there who are making meticulous job. Wow. They are not talking about how it's going to be. You can never know what's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today is today, but tomorrow gonna be another
After
day.
here, you are going to to see the people.
Yeah, I have to go. I have to pass through the hospital first
Yeah, we'll
and
be
check
going
out.
together. Even me, I see them so
Yeah.
that I can see what is
You
being
can
done
comment.
there. Yes, I can comment.
Exactly.
Yes, another thing, I've seen something like an opportunity in this site. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because when we put our stomach towards there,
Yeah.
I can see a business opportunity. Because the way this house is being constructed,
Yeah.
maybe in future they can even be having something like a kibanda over there.
Yeah. By the way, a small kiosk.
Yes, a small
And they
kiosk.
can make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a
business opportunity.
yeah, it's a better thing.
Yes.
But now we have to sit with them and analyze.
Yes.
Are they having that capability
Yes.
of making it happen? That will be
Okay.
the effective manner.
Yes.
So I appreciate, man, and keep it
Yeah,
tuned. We're
thank
gonna
you,
be
thank
getting
you.
to the hospital,
Yes.
check them a bit, and
Yes,
talk about
yes.
what we're gonna be concluding from there.
No problem.
Exactly.
No
So
problem.
we are on it, and also everything. We have Lucas the Traveler. Thank you very much, Max.
The vet.
The vet.
Yeah.
Support Max the vet and also make it happen. We're gonna be having it coming out more fantastic. And also we are together as one.
Yeah.
As one, we are together.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
United
exactly.
States of America.
America.
Yeah, 52 countries joining together and becoming one. And Africa, we have 54. And no country wants to, even a visa you have to pay. My God, no problem. Coming to you, back
Yes.
to you. Hi, man.
I'm so fine.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic.
How is everything, man?
Everything is fine.
Hey, I see now you are having some beard here.
I'm getting old.
You are getting old.
Yes.
Who told you?
But you see yourself, huh?
No, you have to be told that you are now you are becoming old.
So I'm
But
not
yourself,
getting
you can never. How do you understand yourself? You are becoming old.
Because I have beards.
I know. Those are just adolescence things. They have to come. You know, sometimes you understand when we were learning in school,
yes.
most of the people were talking about chest broaden, pubic hair. Is it
Yes.
pubic hair or public hair?
Pubic hair.
Pubic hair. Who
Yes.
told you it's pubic hair?
But okay,
Public
that's
hair.
biology and
Why is
everything.
it called a public area and not a public air?
You know, that place is very, very public, eh? You understand, eh?
Who told you?
Because it is yourself, you keep it, and your wife, eh? For future wife. Like yesterday, actually, I was in your...
I'm very
when I
sorry.
was filming the video, when I entered the bedroom, I said, today is the first day that I'm entering this... okay, not the first day, it is like I'm almost ending up entering your bedroom because there's sometimes you'll be doing that cuddling, eh? To make sure that the kids are produced. So not to enter when you're moving to that G castle, eh? So that thing will be private. Eh?
My friend, you are wrong. I'm telling you, when it comes to reproduction,
Yes.
there are matters handled at the reproduction part.
Okay.
So don't worry about that one. So I know there are some of the rules and which governs the cultural and the norms of the Korean people.
Yes.
Like I cannot go to the private room of my mother-in-law.
Sure.
If I be found in that house, not only the bedroom, that house,
And
also the mother-in-law cannot come to my house.
sure.
That is the fact. So that is the rule. And right now, if you are, I'm asking a question. If you are a top mason and you are the one who is called because of the family, because we will just do some things which are so good in terms of the family, you are the top mason. You have been told that now you have to build. This is your mother-in-law's house. Will you build or not?
You'll build.
Yeah. So what's the problem now?
No problem.
You have already seen where they're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, sure.
So sometimes some of the rules are going to be coming and going. Eh?
Yeah,
No
you
problem.
got
So
them
back
all.
to you. Introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for hosting me in this your YouTube channel. Thank you
Exactly.
so much, Team Gintu, for
Yeah.
always coming back to support It Is Gintu.
Yeah,
We are
exactly.
so happy because we are back to the Jiggers family to
Exactly.
make sure that everything happens.
It's coming out clearly.
Coming out clearly.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for the subscriber who came to my YouTube channel and
Exactly.
said we are from Gintu's channel.
Yeah,
I
man.
really appreciate. I don't take you people for granted.
Yeah.
I really appreciate because I get to understand that Marwa's people, they are living. Eh? But now we are getting the real people that they are there to watch.
Exactly.
Because I understand yesterday I received, yesterday and the other day I received more than 200 subscribers who just came.
Yeah.
But also they left. There's some that left.
No, don't worry about that.
Yes.
Life is a process.
Yes.
People will come,
And
people will
others will
go.
leave, yeah.
And that is it. And
Yes.
who are coming are more, are more productive
More
than
than
who
those.
are leaving.
Yeah, sure.
Because if a person had liked you, whatever you're doing, a person
Yes.
cannot leave.
Yeah, sure.
Only a quack cannot understand the probability that you are the same person and you are the same the way you are,
Yeah.
and there's nothing has changed. It's only you have changed the niche and changed the environment.
Oh, sure.
So if a person cannot understand that, we are very, very sorry about
them,
it.
yeah.
And the good fact is we are on it, and go up and select and check on Lucas the Traveler,
Yes.
and it has become now a common name,
Yes.
this kind of the channel, and you can now understand Lucas the Traveler.
Yes.
And Travel has a double L at the end. And
Yeah.
also the handle is also Lucas the Traveler, and you can just get him, subscribe, like, share, comment, and make it happen.
Yes.
I appreciate that kind of the moment, and I don't take it and granted, though you have just come to this kind of the site. I bet today we are not in work. I think about tomorrow maybe, or tomorrow but one. Tomorrow, this kind of the people are still available. I don't know if I'll talk to the top engineer.
Yes.
If we'll just add me one top mason, I'll talk about going to be adding another person.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it will just be so sufficient in terms of that. Yeah. And I appreciate much of the people watching this kind of the video. Subscribe, like, share, comment. As going to be coming out from this kind of the spot, they're going to be getting to the hospital and check about the Jiggers family and sort them out. I think the person of water is already available there, and they're going to be collecting much of the super drums. And can I cater for him, because I'm getting because the boy is here looking at me like an empty plate.
Okay.
I might be eaten here a little bit. So let me sort them out.
Yes.
Then I come to make sure that everything gonna be sorted out. Yamepatikana yote? Oyako yote? Fantastic. So guys, I'm gonna be sorting out this kind of the bills of water, and to be told trip ngapi? Oh, ni trip moja tu leo? Oh, safi. So that is 800. So I give you how much? How much am I going to give you? Tena kupatia shilingi ngapi? This is 3. Hesabu. Mambo. Mayai leo. Hiyo ni 300. So I add you how much? 300. Yuko sawa? Safi. Thank you. We have some ground. Hi man, what's up? Uko fiti?
Yeah, niko sawa.
Ay. We can eat some ground nuts here. Get me one. Nipatie mbili bana nikule.
Kwa kizungu mmoja.
No,
Swahili
2.
mbili.
No, it is 2.
Tutu.
It is 2. I have 10 bob. I have. Oh, no problem. So I have money, man. I have money, 30 shillings. So business anywhere. This is the road, guys, and the business-oriented area. In here, tatu hapa.
We have by the karanga groundnut.
Yeah, we have some ground now.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me take a rush. Let me add some stuffs onto my body, and I will know how to use them where necessary, and very comfortable. Exactly. Back to the hospital, to the kitchen, and we're gonna be looking what's gonna be coming out from this kind of the point. And as far as anyone who wants to visit and revisit our patients here, talk about the Jiggers family a bit, we can just find ourselves inside here, and everything will be so fantastic. Watu wamelala. Magapo hajarudi. Na watoto? Oh, mmoja ndo amelala. Oh, yeah. We have some visitors here, guys. They're going to be visiting them a bit, and also going to be so effective here. Yeah. And it will be one of the, at least right now, they talk about the husband.
Yes.
The husband, we have left him there. He has to shower from the river before commencing to come here, because that is what I told him. Yes. Sometimes he was here and talking about they should wash him sometimes. So a bit difficult for our nurses to do it. So I had told him that whenever you go to the site, shower, then come here. So I'll give him 100 for staying there a bit, and so he can just leisure. He might be taking some 2-3 things here and there, and also come and surprise the wife and talk about surprise my wife, even if they're in this kind of the critical situation. But there's no problem. So back to you, man. Welcome. I see you have some of the fruits here. Wow. Yeah. So awesome and welcome.
For the patient.
For the patient. I know one of the boys. Ayubu ako wapi? Anawoji. Ayubu. Ayubu. Where is Ayubu? There's another boy here called Ayubu here. Ayubu. Mambo vipi? Chukua matunda. Kuja tuende. Kuja.
Ayubu.
Unamjua? You know him?
Mambo.
Oh, he knows that everything gonna be coming so fantastic. Mambo vipi? Kila kitu kwa fiti? Unaendelea aje? Kwa chonjo? Oh, sasa machungwa tutakula aje? Hai. One package for you. Package moja, chukua moja. Hivyo. Haya. Hii sasa ni ya mama, si ndio? Sasa ni wewe na baba, hii ni mama na yule mwingine. Tunaenda kukula saa hii ama si saa hii? Muda huu, si ndio? Haya, we have some of the nurses. Hey, umeniangalia vizuri, si ukuje? Yeah, a bit. Si ukuje tuoshe basi machungwa tukule. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to be sorting out some of the 2 things here, so I can just sort it out once and for all and make sure that everything going to be coming out so effective with Ayub and the family here. And today is walking majestically, and you understand he was not even walking.
Yeah, because I've seen
he was not even walking. You can see how the legs are, but right now it's changing, the life changing. Exactly. So we have some fruits here. He has to climb there. Also, he can just talk. Panda. Yeah. So he has to climb. No, he has to climb. So utawaletea tu maji, si ndio? Mabili homework. Guys, these are the bills and some of the medication chata to make sure that we're going to be paying for the money. And the nurse, she's here, and she was the nurse I was talking about, and she has been there to make sure that everything is rhyming, and she has been part of the program to make it happen and running this kind of the room. We can call it secret room number 111. Yeah, number 111. And it's a private B41. Exactly, B41. And it's gonna be so fantastic here, and she's the one who is running it. And it's a private room for only this family, and they're gonna be staying here. Very fantastic. And the environment, you can see how the environment is very clean and precise. Yesterday I said they're gonna be buying the box for the clothes. And I wanna be giving the nurse here some money. Or you are getting me some gloves? Okay, I'll pick them from there. I'm gonna be giving the nurse here some money, so you can just buy a carton. How much is the carton, madam? Box in shingapi?
Box kama normal.
Ama tununue gani?
Nunua tu ile nini ile dustbin because it's just 100.
Dustbin yazi?
Ile ya kuweka manguo. No. Si ya dustbin. Tunataka box kwanza for to make sure that we're going to be catering for this kind of the clothing here. So Masai bag. They have to bulk each and every, so at least we're going to be having a box, and we're going to be checking on how to buy per day. Let's be a carton a bit. Yeah, per day 100. Yeah, so a per day, which is today, and we shall see from tomorrow how we're going to be sorting it out, and it will be so effective. I know maybe in the pharmacy they're going to be having some. Oh, they are. Oh, so thank you. So we have some fruits here, and they're going to be eating. Umemaliza maziwa tayari? Oh, yapo? Yeah, I got some stock here for the milk, and they're going to be taking it as this kind of the evening session. And I appreciate much of the people supporting us. As you support us, Ayub is very happy. As you support us, much of the people also get some of the morale to come and also support us and talk about, let's support this kind of the people to move forward with this kind of the best moment we have here. So keep tuned, guys. I respect, and I'm going to be getting home a bit to check on what's really popping out, as I'm going to be benefiting and taking you this kind of the matter. Guys are from the hospital, back again home. Guys, we are running like a safari rally, and I'm checking all the spots everywhere, running to make sure that everything is going to be so fantastic. So right now you will trace everything and they will not come out clearly. Nowhere to be traced. Where was the construction? There's nothing. Our talk about our pyramid, it is no longer to be happening here. So, but it is here. So already we have like a bunker here and everything is so fantastic. This is now the new stuff that we are looking for. Very meticulous. How are you, man? Gofiti? So this is now called the corrugation tank. Inlet. Or inlet. So this is the one that will be absorbing the animal waste, which is the cow dung. You have to put it here, do the corrugation as it goes inside to the bunker. So from that bunker, it will have, if it exits, this is an exit. This is why now we're going to be withdrawing it from here. So you can now see how this kind of the stuff is looking like. It's gonna be so meticulous up to that kind of the far end. So guys, it's one of the biggest projects that we are performing in here, and it's one of the biggest projects that are gonna be encountering, and people will talk about, oh Gintu, how is this kind of the thing? People will come and learn from here. People are gonna be learning from me, and that is the best way for us to make it happen. And also they're gonna be talking about, Gintu, can you bring me this kind of the person who did it? I'm gonna be throwing them to the German here and talk about you can just make it happen. And I think it's one of the best way for us to go. Let's wait for it, because still we are on it, as we're going to be supporting Gintu. Talk about Gintu. Can you make the kitchen completely, and we see if the gas is going to be working? Already we are collecting much of the cow dung to that kind of the stuff here, and we are collecting much of the waste here. As going to be. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Everything is nice?
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Kimberly.
Your name is Kimberly.
Yes.
Go on. You are out of words. Bye. Kimberly came to show us only sunglasses. So that is effective. So they are. Oh. Alpha Gen Z. And you can do like that. Thank you. Have you ate? See you later. Thank you. So guys, the work, I think they have just finished the work, and the people are coming last from the site, and but you can see the impact what they are doing. So already they have just finished it here, and they're gonna be making sure gonna be plastered. Already I can see here it has been already plastered, and from the outer view, what I'm just hearing from him is that let us keep watching, as they're gonna be now doing something else here, and they're gonna be doing something. Hey guys, things gonna be coming so califragile. I don't want to spoil the broth, because still we are on it to make sure that everything gonna be coming out more effective, and everything is precisely measured in a way that everything gonna be coming out more we are contradicted outside here, so we don't know how to run here or to run where. So this is the effect that it's gonna be here. So I think now from here we're going to be understanding now what next from this kind of the project here. So every kind of the spot here, they are continuing well, and I appreciate much of the people supporting Gintu, talking about Gintu. This for the G Castle, this is for Jacinta, this is for the other children. We'll talk about the roofing, and this is for the Jiggers family, and everything is so meticulous, and I appreciate that. And it's in the evening. Talk about we have now 24 hours since we lit the bricks. Talk about the killing of the bricks, and it's now 24 good hours. Where and how has it reached? We want to see, because what I'm always talking about is changes are always there. Like right now here, after 24 hours, all the firewood are done completely. You can see up to the end. So everything is done. Now it's cooling, and you can now see the change. The iron, talk about this kind of the bricks have changed meticulously. And how I said that at the area stage that the fire had reached here, now it's here. You can now see this kind of the whitish stuffs here. Now you can even see where this kind of the smoke is coming from. Not down. Down here is very cool, because it has already got burnt. Even you can now see from this kind of the position, this is the brick, it has been burnt completely. And that's what we are talking about here, because now the fire is firing to the top section, and this is how they are right now. This wind, the wind that is blowing, already the holes have occupied here. So they're now cooling down from down. As the way this wind is blowing inside, it's creating some of the warmth that is inside going to be now rising up. So there's no talk about coldness out and warm inside. So it's a warming and talk about colding this kind of the area. So it's subjecting wind, which is making this kind of this talk about the bricks from down now to cool down, and also as the wind is blowing. So it automatically now the upper section is now which is getting a lot of fire. It means that from this section here the fire has reached a bit to the top. It's not like the other end, because this is where talk about this kind of the fire had been lit from. So already we are just moving, because even this kind of the side here, look at where it's just moving. So the fire is on top to make sure that it's gonna be burning the top bricks from that kind of the area. So after when it's tomorrow, talk about after 36 hours, this kind of the kiln should be in another level. What do I mean here? This kind of the kiln should, this kind of the top bricks should have already came out with a very fantastic color to the top, meaning that the top bricks have already been lit. So that's why you see we have some of this kind of the stuffs here, these ones here, they have been thrown there. So tomorrow I will not find them, because they will have got some fire. So when they got fire, we'll know that we talk about the fire has reached to the top, which takes 48 hours to reach to the top, and that is how everything is moving. So guys, if you are touched with whatever we are doing and we are subjecting ourselves into whatever we have to do and make it happen, support Gintu very meticulous to make sure they're going to be supporting others to make it happen. As we're going to be talking about Gintu, I'm going to be sending you this and this and this. We're going to be buying some of the tiles still. We are on it to buy much of the tiles, and appreciate much of the people who are ever there. Talk about Gintu, we shall move forward, and we are with you, and appreciate that kind of the moment. As the bricks are going to be coming out, we build the toilet. The bricks are going to be coming out, we build a modern kitchen. As we are waiting for the biogas, we start it, doing much of the match for it, and getting to the G Castle. I'm going to be completing this kind of the mission from the G Castle. I was going to be checking what's really roaming and popping out from the G Castle inside, because there's a person who was inside to make sure that the work is going on very meticulously, and appreciate it. And we have not yet covered outside, and I think from tomorrow I'm going to be starting covering from outside to make sure we're going to be reflecting the white color, and it's going to be like a white house. Exactly, coming in. So as we're going to be, imagine now we could be having some of the tiles, guys. Support Gintu to have the tiles. And I think today he has covered all the spots, excluding the toilet, because they're going to be tiled all over, and you understand that kind of the process, and I appreciate about it. And he has just finished in terms of the first coat. I think we're going to be starting the first coat outside to make it happen, as we're going to be making sure that everything is coming to you live, which is one-on-one. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Support Gintu, we support the environment. As you're going to be coming to Gintu, you're going to be coming to other people. Hi, say bye. Bye also, and keep it tuned, make it happen. Say it again. Thank you, making it happen. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and also we move together as a team. And this is the end to this kind of the video for today. Tomorrow is another day.